What if the cute looking doll that you always hold while sleeping and it would turn out that they are alive and can talk to you? Very scary is not it? As well as the game that I will discuss at this time. A game called Poppy Playtime Chapter 2, released by the Mob Games developer, continuing the success of the first chapter. A little flashback to the first chapter. The player who has entered the Playtime Core Factory get a magic box to look for a flower, and the pair finds a place with a picture of the flower after he manages to escape from the killer doll Huggy Wuggy. The player enters the room and realizes Poppy. That is a small girl doll created by the founder of the Playtime company named Elliot Ludwig.
You are about to see the most incredible doll ever invented. Her name is Poppy, and she is the first truly intelligent doll in the world. A little girl can talk to her. Poppy gives her answers.
Right. Poppy's as lovable as a real girl, and she talks like one.
2. It opens with the player in hallway and there is a room that is confirmed to be the room of the founder of the Playtime company, Elliot Ludwig. But we are required to find the previous key to open the room. And in that room, there is a teeth which will probably be explained in different video. And after that, the player was surprised by the appearance of Poppy.
I didn't mean to scare you. I was just trying to get the power back on. Here.
She said she just wants to help the player to escape from this factory via the train.
I wanted to thank you for freeing me. I was stuck in there for so long. Thank you. I'd like to pay you back.
Very different from what was predicted in chapter 1.
There's a train
Many think that
station
this
nearby.
puppy is the main villain in Puppy Playtime. After passing through the hallway, the player arrives at the central building that connects the game station, production room, and research room. There was a puppy standing. Unpredictable plot twist. The puppy tries to convince the player to believe in her. I don't know what puppy motive is. Maybe as reward, because the player has released her who has been locked up for a long time in the room. We continue the story. Players follow Puppy trails and plunge into the same hole. Then we arrive at the gate leading to the game station and the player was surprised by the arrival of Mommy Longlegs.
A new playmate. It's so long. Isn't this exciting, Poppy? Very exciting, Mommy. Mommy heard that Miss Poppy was going to just give you the train code to escape. Now, how is that fun? Instead, why don't we make a game out of it?
Mommy said if you want to get a card to use on the train, players are required to complete 3 games given by Mommy. And if we break the rules, Mommy will eat us alive. Really sad, guys.
Obey the rules, or I'll tear you apart and eat your insides while you're still alive.
At the game station, we head to the first game, past the printing room, and we make a new grab bag that can absorb electricity and distribute it. Because the previous one was damaged by Mommy. Then we arrive at the first game room, which train our memory to guess the order of color that appear. If we fail, Bonzo will jump scare and will start over. After we complete the challenge of this game, mommy will give you a piece of code to be used on the train later. After that, we arrive at the warehouse that contains dinosaurs there. Players have to solve some puzzle in order to get through this place. Next, we arrive at a place called Viegk Alwogi, which is the place for the second game, where we have to hit Wagi that comes out of one of the holes in the room, and we get the second piece after finishing this game. The player continued to walk in hallway and meets Kizimichi, and she opened the gate for the player. And in this room, we find it is which we will discuss in another video. And we go back to the game station to start the third game. After pulling the lever the way down, the stair opened, and the player entered a very spacious room, and the atmosphere was very scary. The third game, we play game like the Squid Game. Yes, red light, green light. If the light is on, we stay silent and vice versa. PG Pokepiller will follow us, and if he can reach us, then the player fail.
It was always so sad to see the kids go. They called me Mommy because I was the closest thing they ever had to one. But they'd come for games and never come back. They left Mommy to die alone.
Mommy didn't deserve that.
But you worked here. So if anyone deserves to die alone, it's you.
Mommy told me that she was called Mommy because she was the close person to her children, and her son didn't come back after going out to play, and left Mommy to die alone. Those are some of the things that make his mommy feel different from her child. And when we were going through the hallway, mommy suddenly surprised us and said that we cheat and had to play one more game. That is playing hide and seek with mommy.
Cheaters! Now we're going to play one last game. It's called hide and seek.
And we are required to find a way out while chasing after the player from behind. And finally the player gets rid of mommy when mommy hands hold a milling tool. The player presses the lever to turn on the mill and the mommy finally dies.
What have you done? You make me part of you. You can't do this to me.
Then we meet Poppy again, and the player is required to immediately go using the train code got from Mammy. After we get on the train, Poppy does a bad thing, which is that she is only using us to do what she wants to do. She says she believes we are capable, and the conversation stopped.
Perfect. Too perfect to lose. I'm sorry. I can't let you leave. I've never met anyone like you. Do you know how long I've been stuck in that case? Well, too long. I had so much time to think and reflect. Time to figure out exactly what I would do when free. We'll set things right. Terrible things have happened. But I know that whatever I need you to do, you're capable. We will. What if...
After that, the train goes faster, and the train crashed and we are lying on the ground. That's the story of Poppy Playtime Chapter 2. What do you think, guys? After knowing the betrayal by Poppy to the player, let's just wait for the next story in Chapter 3. Anyway, thanks for watching my video. If you like the content, please like and subscribe to this channel. See you guys in the next video.